Hello, welcome to everybody to this session of CodeRage about Delphi EventBus. I'm Daniele Spinetti, I'm a software engineer and book author. I'm the author of Delphi Cookbook 3rd edition. I'm Embarcadero MVP. I'm also the creator of Delphi EventBus. That is the framework I'm going to show you in this session. On the left side you can see my contacts, so if you want to reach me after this presentation you are more than welcome. So modularity is very important in software architecture, because what does it mean? It means that if you can think about your application with different components, parts, and if you are able to remove one part of component and replace it with another one that does the same job, your architecture is very well structured, because in this way you are going to respect the most important solid principle, that is the open close principle, and your application will be very easy to maintain and easy to extend. But to do this, the coupling is very important. What does it mean, the coupling? When these parts doesn't know each other and are not coupled together, but they are going to communicate each other with an high cohesion. So using, for example, an event bus, because it simplifies the communication between components, and the event consumer and publisher are completely decoupled, because the event knows nothing about the publisher knows nothing about the consumer, and so you are able to decouple your components because you can receive and process events asynchronous. So here are different feature of Delphi EventBus. So it's super easy to learn and use, because you can include only one unit. Only one unit to use it. It's very easy also to learn. We will see this in the next slides. It's designed to decouple different part layer of your application, event driven, attributes-based API, so you have just to decorate your method with an attribute to be able to receive an event. And also in this attribute you can specify the delivery mode, so if you want it in a background thread, in the main thread, and so on. Also, if it uses several threads, it's thread safe and unit tested. So in the project on GitHub, I show you the link in the next slides, but there is also the unit test project, so everything is unit tested. And if you find something that is not under test, please let me know. I'm going to add that scenario to cover everything by unit testing, because it's a very important part of our job. So the most important part, because we are developer, so show me the code part. Basically, how you can use this Delphi EventBus. First step, define the event. So an event, it's simply an object, so a class that inherits from the object. Then you have to prepare the subscriber in 2 steps. Declare your subscribe method, so just decorate your method with the subscribe attribute, the method you want to receive the event. Then register your subscriber using the global instance of Delphi EventBus, and last step, using the global event bus to post an event using the post methods. So how the routing works. Basically, the event routing is type based. What does it mean? That to receive an event, its type must match. So event type works as a filter. If you have a look at the code on the right, that one with the subscribe attribute, we are going now to look this code. So for example, there is the param of this method, this procedure is t any type of event. So now if we have a look at the code below, so t eventBus.getDefault.post event, if the type of event is t any type of event like the param of the previous method, this procedure will be called by Delphi EventBus because the event type match. Then after other rules are naming convention, so you should name your method on event, no return value because it's of course it's a procedure, and single parameter for the event to receive. So it must have only one param, and it is the event type that also works as a filter, as I shown you. So other interesting, this is very important and powerful feature of Delphi EventBus that are not common in the other event bus is the threading support. So there are different delivery modes. One is post-thread. So the publisher by the event bus is going to call the subscriber method, registered method in the same thread of the post. So if I'm in the main thread, I will call the procedure on the main thread. If I'm a background thread, in a background thread, and so on. So basically direct call in the same thread. Main thread. So I don't care where I have post the event, I will receive the event always in the main thread. So the subscriber, if you decorate the subscribe attribute with this thread delivery mode, you are going to receive the event always in the main thread. So this is very powerful if you have to deal with for example UI updates, because you don't have to think about the thread synchronization. No, for example, you are in a background thread doing some stuff. Background thread, it means not the main thread. So if you are in a background thread, Delphi EventBus will use the same. If not, so if you are in the main thread, Delphi EventBus is going to create another thread to post the event. And async, it's always asynchronous to posting, so it will be always in another thread. So all of this threading support is attribute based, so no additional code is required. You have just to add a param to the subscribe attribute. So this is the example. If you have a look at the code, the first code, I have created the task and run it. So in the while through loop, I'm going to simulate, for example, a sensor in this case. And I'm going to use Delphi EventBus, the global instance, to post an event. But if you have a look at the code below, I decorate the method with subscribe attribute using the tthread mode main.main. So it means that I don't care where the publisher will use the global Delphi EventBus, so in general the event bus, to post an event. I will receive always this event in the main thread. So you can now, I think you can understand how it's important, this feature, because you avoid you to synchronize everything with the UI and so on. So I want to show you a demonstration to have a better understanding of all these concepts. So this is my demonstration. So this is a sample project. You can find it on the GitHub repository. There are several samples, but now I want to show you about access remote data, because there are several concepts. So in this demo, I'm going just to complete login. So it's very simple. I have this first view with username and password and the login button. After I press the login, I'm going to simulate an HTTP call to authenticate this client on a web server, and if everything is okay, I will receive an event. So okay, everything is fine, and I'm going to show the welcome view to the user. So I show you in the demonstration of this demo. So here we are, for example, demo, login button, I'm doing something, and welcome demo. Perfect, this is how it works. I want to show another thing. When I press the login button, I want to show you that the form is completely fluid, so it's not blocked, completely fluid. So I'll show you the code now. What happened after the login button? After I press it, I'm doing some stuff with the graphical, so you see the indicator to make its job, to simulate loading or something. But then this is the code related to Delphi EventBus. I'm going to create the login data transfer object, so it encapsulates the information about the login, basically username and password, and I use this data proxy instance to do the login. This instance is very simple. So it's just an interface. I create an interface to well structure my code, and this simulates a remote data proxy when it's a service when I can call the login. Basically, in this do login method, I'm going to simulate an HTTP request. So basically, my thread, I call tthread.sleep to simulate an HTTP request, and then I using the global event bus to post an event. In this case, every time the login event is true, so it means that it's a success, and the message is login okay, because of course this is just a demo. But what happens in the main form? So here you can see in the public section a procedure on after login, and with the param event that the type is the on login event, so the same that the remote proxy raise. But I had decorated with the subscribe attribute and using tthread mode main, so I will receive that event always in the main thread. I don't care where the publisher use the Delphi EventBus. I will receive always in the main thread, and this is very important because now I can make the UI changes because I'm sure I'm the main thread. So I can disable the indicator. I can build the text for the welcome screen, so welcome and the username, and I can also I can do the tab transition. So everything, several stuff in the main thread. This is the most complete demo, very complete, but also easy to understand, I hope. There are other demonstrations, so how you can implement a visual messaging, the weather station, where I'm going to simulate a weather station and all the parts that are notified about a change. The analytics, so how to use Delphi EventBus to implement analytics in your application. A very interesting demo. I'm not going to cover into slides. Before ending, some advice. So one of the suggestion I want to share with you is avoid nested events. They are very bad, and they increase the complexity dramatically. So don't use nested events. And also every design pattern has its pitfall. Also Delphi EventBus, of course, but you have only to respect them. So you have only to use the pattern to solve the problems the problems that was built to solve, not the other ones. So thank you to join this presentation. On the bottom left, again, my contacts if you want to reach me, and 2 links. The first one is related to my repository on GitHub about Delphi EventBus. The other one is related to Delphi Flux. Flux is a Facebook architecture developed by Facebook. It's very interesting. So here there is also a repository how to use Delphi EventBus to implement a Flux application architecture. It's very I suggest you this repository because it's very nice. This architecture solves a lot of problems. There is also there are also several videos on the web. For example, one it's also in the last year of CodeRage. You can find it on the web. So I hope you have joined this session. Thank you again,